Okay, let me ask you something. What if I told you that thousands of years ago, there was a civilization more advanced than most of the ancient world, and then, in just one night, it completely disappeared? Not slowly, not over generations, gone, swallowed by the ocean. Sounds like fantasy, right? But this story didn't come from a random legend. It came from one of the most famous philosophers in history. More than 2,400 years ago, Plato wrote about a powerful island empire. He mentioned it in two of his works, Timaeus and Critias. According to him, Atlantis was massive, rich, technologically advanced, with huge canals and an incredibly strong navy. And then the people became corrupt, arrogant, and in a single day and night, earthquakes and floods destroyed everything. The entire island sank into the sea. Now here's the interesting part. Plato gave details, specific ones, which makes you wonder, was he just making up a story? Or was he describing something that actually happened? Here's where it gets really interesting. Around 1600 BCE, a gigantic volcanic eruption hit the island of Santorini. It was one of the biggest eruptions in human history. Entire cities were destroyed, massive tsunamis hit nearby coastlines. A powerful civilization, the Minoans, collapsed shortly after. Now, think about that. Advanced island civilization, sudden destruction, disappears from power. That sounds familiar. Some researchers believe this disaster might have inspired the Atlantis story. Is it a perfect match? No. But it's close enough to make people pause. So why hasn't anyone found Atlantis? Simple answer. The ocean is huge. More than 70% of our planet is underwater, and we've explored less of the ocean floor than the surface of Mars. If a coastal civilization sank thousands of years ago, its remains could be buried under layers of sediment, completely hidden. And here's something important. For centuries, people thought another ancient city was just a myth, until it wasn't. The city of Troy was once considered pure legend, just a story from epic poetry, until archaeology proved it was real. That discovery changed how historians look at ancient myths, because sometimes legends aren't pure fiction. They're memories, distorted over time, but rooted in something real. So the real question is, are we dismissing Atlantis too quickly? Maybe Atlantis existed. Maybe it didn't. But the story survives for a reason. It reminds us that civilizations can rise, become powerful, and then collapse fast. Now, I want to know what you think. Was Atlantis a real lost civilization or just a powerful myth? Comment one word, real or myth. And if you want the next video to dive into an even stranger lost civilization, make sure you subscribe, because the next mystery might be even harder to explain.